I'm doing it for my daughter.
Guys, I am perfectly happy to pick my nose, eat my boogers, and get into the worst kind of like narcissistic circular drama possible. Everybody can go there. It's easy. It's easy to get down bad like that. But there's only two modes that you can really be in. The mode one is generative, moving forward, focused on the future, doing the best with what you have, and trying your best. I'm optimistic. It's not a naive optimism. I think that naive optimism is played out. It's stupid. It's the naive optimism is, I'll write that down. Favorite cigar will lead you down a primrose path to getting boo-fooed by a silly Billy. Okay, and we don't need to say what that means out loud. That's a YouTube terms of service violation. But you'll get boo-fooed by a silly Billy if you're a naive optimist. But I'm a guarded, informed optimist, and I want to make the fans happy. I know it's very bleak for a lot of people. I just heard something from a guy yesterday. I forgot specifically what it was. It was like yesterday or 2 days ago. Just super bleak. Like, Sam, I'm eating my boogers. I'm drinking barbecue sauce. I'm living out of a rusted Chevy Silverado. My life is hell. Yeah. I love your videos. I know that it's bleak out there. And I don't want to be like this fucking guy that's like, oh, my beef with destiny. Well, today said this, and then I got this. Because that's the other way you can go. You can't go both ways. You can either go forward, or you can be focused on drama, what happened in the past, being petty, breaking down what people said, critiquing people. I mean, Jesus Christ, guys. And this nostalgia, and this isn't even for my benefit. Like, you might think right now I'm getting riled up thinking about how pissed off I am that you're bothering me about this. I'm getting pissed off because the thing is, like, you're wasting so much. You're wasting your own time with this, like, rose-tinted glasses thinking about the past. I hear this all the time, and it's not just in relation to my thing. It's anytime it's the wrong timeline. I swear, man, it's like we're on the wrong timeline. Fucking fix it! If it's the wrong timeline, do what you can to fix it. You silly Billy. Okay? The entirety of human history has been a coalescing of various clusterfucks of wrong timelines. Like, human history is brutality, slavery, starvation, freezing, just war. Like, the whole human history is just wrong timelines. And there have been two or three, like a handful of isolated pockets of golden era type times that have happened because groups of great men did what they could to build that. But you can only do that if you fight against the timeline. You can't just be reminiscing. This reminiscing. It's like the book Catcher in the Rye. You ever read Catcher in the Rye?
No.
It's required reading in some high schools. It's like one of my most hated books. Because the whole book is this reminiscing for innocence lost and wistful, soul-searching. The most annoying people I've ever met are the ones who are travelers. Like, I'm just a traveler, man. I'm just out there looking for something to call my own. And there was a kid. I went to college at a normal age, and there was a kid there who was like 27. Like, he went to college 4 years, or 5 or 6 years too late. And he was all into that traveling stuff. And at the end of it, he developed a man crush on this other kid who was like the cutest guy. And like this type of this energy right here. You know guys like this?
Yeah.
Where it's like a fucking older guy will look at this kid and develop a non-sexual crush because this kid represents the innocence that you lost or whatever. Like, I could have been golden like Pony Boy was if only I had been back then. If only I. That's the type of thinking that you get into. And there was this guy at school who was such a weirdo, and he made this like crying love letter thing for the local Pony Boy lookalike.
Oh.
It was brutal. But that kid was a traveler. He was like, I'm just a weary traveler looking for my way in the world, man. I think I forgot how I got down this rant here.
It's just like the nostalgia drive being so.
The nostalgia drive.
I want it to be back like 2015.
You have to do the best with what you have. That's the only thing. That's the only option you have available. That's all you get is doing the best with what you have. Anything else is a fantasy. Play fucking video games. Anything else is a Marvel movie. You're watching a fucking Marvel movie if you think that's how the world works. You have to do the best with what you have right now. That's all you have. All right, Captain America. All right, Black Captain America picking up the shield. I never thought I'd pick up the shield again. Anyway.
Check what we got here.
Yeah.
We got Reed K with the $20. I've been chomping at the bit to ask this one. Where do you get your ideas from?
Man, rest in peace, Norm Macdonald, man.
Yeah, for real. We'll see Norm. We got Automotive Rhapsody with the $50. Thanks to Sam and HGH, I lost that 10 pounds, 90 total, and 3x my wage. Sam spitting useful entertainment out here. Congrats, man. It is useful and entertaining. I agree. Congrats on the weight loss. The weight loss. Got a couple more chats. We got Screek with $20. I think the homeless around you need a gallon.
Oh man, VR6 sounds good. Go. A gallon of blood dumped on them. Yeah,
I think the
they
homeless
do.
around you need food.
I'm gonna start donating blood to the homeless directly.
I think the homeless around you need a gallon of milk each. Thanks. Maybe they need milk. Connor, thanks for the 20. You have AIDS. Good. Thank you. We got Justin with the $20. Sam, if you wanted to look up a real song, look up Lateralus by Tool. That's funny.
I kind of hate Tool.
I liked Tool in high school.
That guy seems like a silly Billy ass.
I like Tool.
And I'm sure I'm talking out of my ass and I don't know, but I just don't.
I agree with you.
I don't want to see Tool. I don't want to see that guy. I don't want to hear anything about that guy. Fuck that guy.
I like Tool from musically, like technically musically. I agree with that sentiment. And we'll have chats. Oh no, we're not. We got Daddy Cuss with the 20 Australian driving down highway with phone on dashboard, instructing instrument cluster to watch the stream. Steering with knees while gooning. Good morning from Australia. Chris, Sam, and Woman. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
We got Cezon with $20. Ask Mimi if she likes Yeet and Neon Genesis Evangelion.
I do. I like both of those.
She likes both.
Now, Mimi, are you more a Rei waifu or a Maku waifu?
You're gonna have to explain what those mean.
Evangelion.
Oh, wait,
There's two females in Evangelion. There's Rei and there's Maku, and one of them is more tsundere, and one of them is more what's the anime word for slutty? More cute, more kawaii. And you have to pick, and this is a very important choice because it determines your personality.
Ray is quiet and mysterious, right? That's...
Evangelion. Who are the Evangelion bitches? It's these two. This white one here. This is more quiet. That's the one you like. You like the quiet one. And this one's more fiery and like female bullying type, right?
I don't like her because she's German.
She's tsundere, and this is okay. She's getting a spank from the Mr. Puppet. She's getting a spank from Mr. Top Hat.
She looks like she consented.
Well, we don't know that. Okay, so we're gonna close that out.
We got Vince Van Diesel with the $20. I'm lifting right now. Can you yell something motivating?
Ah, man!
Tim Denon with the 10 says his name was
yes!
Security
Are you guys ready? Tim Denon says what?
He says his name was with the 10.
Jay guy says what?
His name was.
Okay.
Franz Lang Superfan with the 15 says, would you ever do a
Nazi.
commentary for breakdown of your process for making World Peace or Happy World Daddy graphics?
Nazi name.
Also, are you concept?
Tricky question. A breakdown of, what I want to do, because this I'm going to tie this back into the previous graphic design question, and I'm first going to mute Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach for this.
You know, the scary music while you're hearing graphic design questions is probably crazy.
So the thing, like nowadays, this is toxic poison. How many donations are there sitting in wait?
Couple.
Okay, we'll get back to that one. Run through them. Go.
Sammy Guns, I got $60K in cash and I don't know what to do with it. I'm trying to grow it up. No, I'm growing it. I have absolutely no clue what to do with it. Appreciate any non-financial advice. Love you, boys.
Hold it. Keep adding to it. Damn, people have money now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's a good thing. Probably a lot thanks to me. And also, the people. Ooh, fuck! You're fucking hurting yourselves, you little idiots. Oh my God, man. Okay. First of all,
Yeah.
people are getting money now. The old folks that fucked everything up, they're dying off. They're exiting the workforce.
Let's go.
They're running their own little mini fortunes into the ground with health care for their diabetes, their fucking Corvette payments. You know what I'd like to say to them? I'd like to say, and stay out. Okay? That's what I said to my most notorious, devilish ex-girlfriend as she left, as she packed all her shit in her fucking economy hatchback and left. I said, and stay out. And that's what I want to say. Oh, I got a list of people I'm going to say that to once I can kick them in the ass on their way out. But these old people that ruined everything, they're in their sunset era, okay? And the money is starting to trickle down into millennials, and it'll trickle down to Zoomers, don't you worry. But it's a beautiful thing. Finally, people are getting some money, and rightfully so. It's time. There's a pathological aversion to money that if you don't, it's similar to communism. It's similar to leftism and collectivism, where if you're aware of your own intrinsic lack of value, it's much more comfortable to believe that the world is a predatory system that is aligned against you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's if you have an IQ of 95 and you're totally helpless and you have no talents and nobody ever trained you anything or told you that you have to get off your ass and you've just been making zines and poetry and being a vegan, that's what your mind left to explore the world on its own. The conclusion that you come to is be vegan, and that's it. There's nothing else. Oh, and that we're all one, and that the universe is just God experiencing itself. Like all this the stuff that the conclusions people draw on their own is just miraculous. So it can be very comfortable to believe that the reason why I have nothing is because greedy people are preventing us from sharing. And it's sort of, there's a lot of people who make bad art, like zines, who, if you suggest to these people to monetize their art, okay, hold on a second, we'll come back to that. What is this one? Okay. Have you ever seen a zine in person?
Yeah.
Do people know what zines are? This was a huge thing in the 90s. Like people my generation were really into making zines, like little pathetic little publications, like super limited run publications. They would make a edition of 20 of these things. But if you ever if you ever suggested to one of these people that they monetize their work somehow, they would get aggressively like, huh, what do you think it's all about money? You're just trying to make $1? And part of that is because they know deep down that their work, the thing that they spent all this time on, is not monetizable. It's not something that anybody that's not homeless or a fellow zine maker would be willing to spend $1.50 on. Like, it's just junk. Like, it's people. A lot of people in the arts make self-satisfying junk. It's like it's a masturbation. It's a form of masturbation. You're making something that only appeals to you. Like, you're the only, and you have to explain why it should have an appeal to somebody else. How did I get down this track, by the way, Jet?
We were talking about
money, 60,000.
Yeah, he has 60K.
So there's a lot that can be said about the failings of capitalism. It's an imperfect system. The world is very complicated, but at the end of the day, it seems to be the way juice hand. Shout out to you, sir, severe beast. It seems to be the way of distributing resources that is most in line with what we would consider to be a meritocracy. If you do something that's useful to society, you get financially rewarded for it. And there's all kinds of ways you can be parasitic and go for an outsized reward, etc. You can game the system really horribly, but it's not as bad as other systems of distributing resources, specifically because there's not sort of centralized human control. Like, things move around based on price and demand pressures versus a human being who is much more fallible, saying where they should go. 60,000 is a big. That's
so common now. People
60
are saying they have like money.
all these people saying they have 20,000, 30,000, 60,000. That's a fuck, like, for in your early 20s. That's a fucking ton of money.
Yeah.
If you have 20,000 and you're 23, that's a fucking lot of money. And do not be in a hurry to figure out what to spend it on. Don't be in a hurry to figure out, like, a lot of investments fail. Most of the things that I've invested in have not yielded anything. Businesses, a lot of businesses fail. What is it? What's the number? Is it like 80% of fucking small business?
It's like 80% of restaurants.
A ton of small business, and there's a ton of small businesses that may not necessarily fail, but they become zombified. There are these places you see in the strip mall, like a pet store or whatever, where it's like the owner's not making a peanut, but somehow they have the money to pay the rent for the structure that they're in, and they can continue existing for whatever many years. But it's like a hellish endeavor. So don't be in a rush to start a business. Most of the things that we do, every video that we start doing has a cost related to it. Even setting up streaming has a cost. We got the computer for Nick. We've spent like $5,000 on microphone, and it's not,
and the time
and
that we could be working.
The time also. So everything has a cost to it, and most of the stuff that we do fails.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make back the money that we put into it. There are some things, it's like 1 out of 10 things makes an outsized monetary gain that offsets all the bad ideas that I have. But I think that's like a universal thing. So don't be in a rush to figure out what to do with that money. Let it sit. If you have $20,000, let it sit and just keep adding to it. And the only time I've ever had success is when I see something where because my interests overlap with, like, I have a little bit more knowledge than the average person in regard to, like, this one thing, and that overlaps with, like, an opportunity that comes my way. That's when you put everything into it. Like, if you see an opening, take the whole 20,000 and invest it in that. But if you're not, like, in your gut, if you don't hear in your heart that, like, this is a sure thing, then don't even bother, because you're just going to blow through the money. So sit on the cash until you know in your gut that you have a winner on your hands, whatever that may be. And opportunities come from weird places. Like, the girl you're dating's dad is like a trash farmer, and he's got an extra fucking pig ass dump truck full of dog shit diapers that needs to be like you need to clean it out with your mouth or whatever. But you get it like whatever. People have the opportunities that you really get in real life are weird.
Yeah, you're not gonna get them.
Like some guy that owns a grocery store and he needs you to come fucking oil the tiles on the butter section. Like whatever weird thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear something like that. And like 1 out of 10 times, in your gut you'll know like, oh, this.
That's the one.
There's a guy who's making millions of dollars doing this, and he's asking me to come help. Okay, or whatever it may be.